Headquarters to 79 Alpha 1. Are you in service? Alpha 1's in service. 10-4. Respond to 50 Lincoln Road. The report is a female has been hurt seriously and no further information was given by the calling party. Arrive on scene and wait outside until patrol units enter. 10-4, we're responding from White Plains Hospital. Show us en route. 10-4. Car 7 and car 2. Can you take a ride on that? Repeat the numeric on Lincoln Road. That's going to be 50 Lincoln Road. 10-4.
This is News 12. I'm Suzanne Colucci. It is the first murder in Scarsdale in nearly 4 decades. A popular pediatrician, the victim, her husband, the apparent suspect, now in police custody.
It happened in a bathroom of the couple's $3 million mansion. One source described the attack as an ambush.
The wife and victim, Dr. Robin Goodman, was a respected pediatrician at Montefiore Medical Center in the Bronx. The couple was separated, and she had changed the locks on the house. Somehow, he let himself in January 20th and ambushed her, police say, as she showered, leaving a trail of blood as he left her to call 911 from the kitchen. Intimate and bloody of crimes. The 21-stroke knifing like a scene lifted from a horror film. Bloody murder. The image police gave of a bloody suspect calmly smoking a cigarette in the kitchen as his wife bled out in the bathroom.
They were getting divorced, and what made him angry enough at that moment to do that? And why were they getting divorced? Was he abusive before? And apparently he had been, because they had tried to get a court order, and I'm not sure if they did, against him.
Over 85% of abusers are men. And domestic abuse happens only in intimate, interdependent, long-term relationships. In other words, in families. The last place we would want or expect to find violence.
I'm not sure it was an unhealthy relationship. It was a guy who went off the deep end and snapped.
This is the first murder in Scarsdale since the infamous Bonnie Garland case in 1977. A Yale senior bludgeoned to death by her boyfriend.
What I knew was that she left school and just came home to visit her parents. She had broken up with her boyfriend. This was at Yale. And the boyfriend came and followed her to the house. The parents let him in. He said he just wanted to talk to her. And he went upstairs and he bludgeoned her to death. And
her parents were okay with, he stayed over at her house. So this was something that was so shocking because it came without warning. Like nobody knew that this could possibly happen. And it was such a brutal murder.
And then the Catholic Church said that he was redeemable, although she was dead. And they pleaded to not have him get a very heavy sentence so he could come out and live a normal life. And quite honestly, I thought he should have been in jail for the rest of his life.
And in the United States, women ages 16 to 24 are 3 times as likely to be domestic violence victims as women of other ages. And over 500 women and girls this age are killed every year by abusive partners.
I think it was a fluke. I think that you can't base what happens in someone's house and make you feel unsafe. It was inter-family stuff.
I think the majority of women who get into these relationships and have no idea, and it can start very, very simply, so you don't even recognize it happening. And then sometimes it goes on and it escalates into physical abuse.
So how do you prepare for that? I mean, as a teacher, I would like to say I teach English where we talk about human beings and their relationships with each other and we read about them. But I don't know how you prepare for something like that.
So I think it's a very difficult topic that I think needs to be addressed more, to just educate people about mental illness and how to deal with it.
I think that if you're going out with a guy, at the first sign of abuse, physical or mental, that's it. Get out of the relationship.
Zero tolerance policy.
It has to be a zero tolerance. You cannot forgive that kind of thing. It will only recur.